Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Asheville podcast. In each episode, we'll delve into the wisdom of spiritual teachings, of the science of mind and universal metaphysical principles inspired by Ernest Holmes and other renowned spiritual teachers. Join us as we explore empowering stories, embrace the power of love and higher consciousness, and walk the path to a more awakened life through the lens of New Thought spirituality. Enjoy.
So how fun it is to embark on a brand new year. And guess what? This year we get an extra day because it's leap year. Cool, right? I have a friend who's going to be 4, I think. So, yeah. Because we only celebrate her birthday every 4 years. Get it? Yeah. So, at this time of year, many of us ask that perennial question, or the perennial questions: who am I? Why am I here? And what do I want out of this life? But the more important question to me is, will I answer from a limited consciousness of ego, edging God out, or will I answer from the unlimited consciousness of God, good, orderly design? You like that? Okay, so that's the question. That's the question, right? Okay, good. Forget the ego. It'll rear its ugly head anyway. But we're at choice. We are at choice to make a quantum leap in consciousness and to answer from our highest possibility any of those questions. Raymond Charles Barker said, "You can live a much fuller life right now where you are in your present circumstances. It requires a change in consciousness, and this you can do. You are the controller of your consciousness." That's how powerful you are. You are the controller of your consciousness. Take control. It's very rare these days that anybody tells you to be controlling. But that's one area where we're inviting you to be controlling with your consciousness. All we are and all that we do is boundless, with unlimited possibilities. And too often we create such a small circle for us to stand in that we can barely move, when in fact the circle has no lines. It just keeps going. That's the endless possibilities that are before us. And we can leap from our current experience into new experience when we realize that we have the power to expand our consciousness. We have that power. As long as we're leaping this year, let's make it a quantum leap year. All right? You game? Yeah. You ready for a quantum leap? Yeah. And I guarantee it'll be better than the TV show. Deepak Chopra wrote, "A quantum leap is a change in status from one set of circumstances to another set of circumstances that takes place without passing through the circumstances in between." So it's a whew. This is like leaping the Grand Canyon, guys. And you don't even have to pay the tour guide. So, electrons make a quantum leap into a new orbit around the nucleus. That's how things happen in the world. We can make a quantum leap in consciousness into new possibilities in our lives, and we always keep spirit at the center, at the nucleus. And that's what gives us all that capability. The universe is made up of energy waves of possibility. Just these energy waves. You can't see them, but they're there. They're all like this, these energy waves of possibility. And what we do when we interact in any way with those energy waves of possibility is we collapse that wave into a particular experience in our lives. We literally collapse it through our interaction with it, thinking about it, affirming it, giving it our intention and attention. We collapse it into a particular experience until we're done with that experience, and then we just let it go, and it goes back into that infinite wave of possibility from whence it came, for us to collapse it into another particular experience. Pretty cool, huh? And you know what? The mystics have known this all along. They called it by different things, but the mystics have always known this possibility. Now, today, the quantum physicists are proving that the mystics were right all along. And Ernest Holmes, our founder, somewhere in the beginning of the textbook said, and I paraphrase, he said, one day the mystics and the scientists will walk hand in hand to the same truth. And we're living in that day right now. That's how cool it is. And that's why we have the possibility to take a quantum leap ourselves. And so we can do that because it is our consciousness that directs and shapes the energy of the possibilities of our lives. So let's make a quantum leap in inner consciousness to create a quantum leap in our outer experience. You ready for that this year? Yes. We've got a whole brand new year before us to do it in. That's great. Our thoughts and our intentions that we focus our attention on literally create our life experience. That's how powerful we are. We're always creating. The difficulty is that much of the time we're creating unconsciously, and we end up in places and wonder how we got there. So the more conscious we can be, the better. Because then we can intend, this is what I want to experience. That's what I'm going to focus my energy and attention on. And voila, you're like, cool, that's where I am. Our consciousness co-creates with spirit to manifest all those possibilities. So we have a really wonderful divine partner in this process. But remember that spirit can only do for you what it can do through you, as you. So you don't get to abdicate any responsibility. You're in the game. You're not on the sidelines. You're not here to learn, just to learn. You're here to live life fully. You're not here just to evolve. You're here to emerge into new possibility. You're not here just to get the best. You're here to give and be the best. And you're not here just to get your way. You're here to find your way. And you're not here just to have a human experience. You're here to have a spiritual experience. Choose to make a quantum leap in consciousness and experience this year. And then I'm going to tell you next year to do it, even though it's not leap year. Just keep leaping, all right? Just keep leaping. A quantum leap in consciousness into that infinite possibility requires a couple things of you. One, to let go of the past. Bless it, release it, kiss it goodbye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And then we're released, we're free to create clear intentions for moving forward. It requires that we align ourselves with the power and the presence of spirit, because that's what gives us power. And it requires us to express and to share the gift of the fulfillment of our highest potentialities. We're not asked to keep it all to ourselves, we're asked to share it as widely as possible. That's why we're here, to share who we've come here to be. There's 7 qualities or principles that we can practice to make that quantum leap a reality in our individual and collective lives. Gratitude, awareness, healing and growth, following truth, creating a vision, setting goals, and sharing our gifts. So I'm just going to explain those just a tiny bit. Gratitude is about expressing and counting our blessings in life on a constant basis. And what that does is it helps to attract more good to be grateful for. So it just, the hits keep coming. Awareness of our current ideas, attitudes, emotions, and limited beliefs gives us the opportunity to make new choices, to have a new thought about an old idea, and to change our life as a result of that. Healing and growth integrates our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual energies into the wholeness that is our inherent blessing. We get back to the truth of who we are that way. And following truth through tapping into Spirit's inner guidance helps us to unfold that which we are called to be and to become. But it requires that we act upon that inner guidance, not just listen and go, yeah, whatever. You got to act upon it. You become that inner guidance. We set goals to activate the vision by creating milestones that will move us move us and our vision actually from the invisible to the visible. So we create those goals that literally pull us to that vision. And then we share our gifts. by being who we've come here to be and sharing who we truly are, sharing our gifts with the world. And we thereby make the world a better place. Ernest Holmes, our founder, taught this: everything in the universe is a unique expression of the one. The one creative power is expressing in you in a unique way, seeking a fuller outlet of its infinite possibilities. God goes forth anew into creation through every person's life. You, every single one of you, is absolutely essential and important for life to be whole. Every one of us needs every one of us. We're in this thing together, so you better start liking each other a whole lot. And we have people here today who have heard this call that Ernest Holmes talks about, this call to express through our own uniqueness, spirit itself. People are here today who have heard that call to express their God-given uniquenesses, and in this spiritual community is where they've chosen to express those uniquenesses, here at Center for Spiritual Living Asheville. Some folks today are committing as new members, and we have some other folks who are recommitting, they're remembering. Okay, so I want you to understand something, that words have power. Words are creative. And the word commitment means to have a willingness to be involved and engaged in our collective future as Center for Spiritual Living Asheville. I want to say something about commitment to membership in a spiritual community. A lot of people think it's about commitment to the spiritual community. First and foremost, this is a commitment that these people have made to their own spiritual life and their own relationship with spirit. That's the really important piece. Commitment to a spiritual community is sort of a byproduct. It's the outgrowth of that commitment that they've made to their own spiritual life and to spirit. It's kind of like, this being a brand new year, how when we make our New Year's resolutions and intentions, many of us make them about, I'm going to eat more healthfully this year and I'm going to exercise and blah, blah. Have you noticed how it goes so much better if you do it in the company of others? To go it alone is much harder and you fall off quicker. So it's kind of like spiritual community is a way that you can honor that commitment you've made to yourself and to your spiritual life in the company of others who are doing the same. And that's what the real benefit is of spiritual community, and we all benefit by that commitment. So I just wanted to say that first, and now we'll get a little more formal. So it's at this time in their spiritual journey that these people have expressed their desire to participate with, support, and become members of Center for Spiritual Living Asheville. And their commitment unites them with this spiritual community, and it widens the circle of those who care for, comfort, and love one another. They have made commitments of time, talent, and treasure, as many of you will at our annual commitment dinner this Friday night, January 12th, 6 p.m. So get ready. Get ready. Think about your commitments. There is not a center and its members. There is only a center as its members. The body of our community is made up of individuals whose hands and feet and head and heart make up the reality of this community. Within this body moves the spirit of the community. And as you enter into membership in thought, word, purpose, and action, you are making a public declaration of your belief in the principles of the science of mind and spirit. This is an outward expression of an inward commitment to Father, Mother, God, Spirit, yourself, this teaching, this spiritual community, and all of humanity. Your commitment begins in your own heart and your own mind. And as you practice science of mind principles in your life, you are participating in the transformation of consciousness and living the vision of creating a world that works for everyone and all. And as a member, you commit to actualizing Center for Spiritual Living Asheville as a beacon of light and love and a transformative force for good. This commitment to membership involves not only these new members and folks who are remembering, but it also involves our current members and our entire spiritual community. Those who are already members, I invite you to remember and to rededicate yourselves just as these folks are here today. I ask that all of you who are regular attenders, first-time guests, friends, family, to serve as witness to this sacred and heartfelt commitment by these members of Center for Spiritual Living, Asheville. Because of all of you, members, guests, attenders, family, friends, because of all of you, we step more fully into who we are as a spiritual community. Through the power of love, we allow ourselves to be transformed. We are in each other's lives because of Spirit's call for us to join together to help make the world a better place. I recently learned that the United States Surgeon General has declared a new epidemic in America. It is called loneliness. Loneliness and isolation. And I believe that the Center for Spiritual Living Asheville community is an antidote for that epidemic. Through your commitment, we all become committed in a new and more powerful way. And today we celebrate our sacred union, and we join with each other in love. Thank you for your commitment to one another. We are one. We are one. As your minister, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, practitioners, and congregation of Center for Spiritual Living Asheville, we gratefully and lovingly receive each of you as members of this spiritual community. Blessings on your journey and welcome home. And just in closing, blessings on your journey, each of you, all of you, in this quantum leap year. Do not downgrade your dreams to match your reality, but rather upgrade your faith to match your vision. Begin by awakening to your purpose, discovering your passion, activating the path of its unfoldment, and living as the promise of its fulfillment. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
We hope you enjoyed this enlightening voyage with the Center for Spiritual Living Asheville podcast series, filled with metaphysical talks inspired by the science of mind teachings of Ernest Holmes and other renowned spiritual teachers. If today's exploration resonated with you and you'd like to support the continuation of this insightful journey, please consider making a donation. Your generosity helps us to continue to share these transformative teachings. To contribute, check the episode's description for a link to our donation page. Every contribution, no matter the size, makes a meaningful impact. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Connect with us on social media, share your thoughts, and join our community at our live events whenever you're able. May your mind be expanded, your heart opened, and your journey be filled with the profound wisdom of these spiritual teachings.